Good day, everybody. Moving a little slow as usual, but I about got all my dishes washed already. So I'm really not moving as slow as I have been over the past few days. I have actually gotten up and done something. Took me a little longer than, I've been taking longer to get kick started in the mornings. But it's neither here or there, really. I don't know why I say that all the time. I'm Gray Cloud, Sage of the Eternal Moment. This is Gray Cloudy Day, the channel. If you're watching, I consider everybody Fellowship of the Clouds. Like if you subscribe to the channel, then that's kind of the collective community title there. And trying to think all the other stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And now we're on to, I'm going to read from Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and it's all small stuff. Oh. 92. Realize the power of your own thoughts. If you were to become aware of only one mental dynamic, the most important one to know about would be the relationship between your thinking and the way you feel. It's important to realize that you are constantly thinking. Don't be fooled into believing that you're already aware of this fact. Think for a moment about your breathing. Until this moment, when you are reading this sentence, you had certainly lost sight of the fact that you were doing it. The truth is, unless you are out of breath, you simply forget that it's occurring. Thinking works in the same way because you're always doing it. It's easy to forget that it's happening and it becomes invisible to you. Unlike breathing, however, forgetting that you are thinking can cause some serious problems in your life, such as unhappiness, anger, inner conflicts, and stress. The reason this is true is that your thinking will always come back to you as a feeling. There is a point-to-point relationship. Try getting angry without first having angry thoughts. Now, when I read that earlier, I thought that. I was like, makes total sense there. Okay, now try feeling stressed without first having stressful thoughts, or sad without sad thoughts, or jealous without thoughts of jealousy. You can't do it. It's impossible. The truth is, in order to experience a feeling, you must first have a thought that produces that feeling. Unhappiness doesn't and can't exist on its own. Unhappiness is the feeling that accompanies negative thinking about your life. In the absence of that thinking, the unhappiness or stress or jealousy, it can't exist. There is nothing to hold your negative feelings in place other than your own thinking. The next time you're feeling upset, notice your thinking. It will be negative. Remind yourself that it's your thinking that is negative, not your life. I love that. I love that thinking. When I read that earlier also, that was just like, bingo, yeah. My thinking is negative, but not my life. My life's in a pretty good spot, if I can say so, comparatively to, say, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I was far out there. I was gone up here. I just wasn't capable of doing much of anything other than staying messed up all the time. So now you cut to now, and it's like, I don't know. I'm just speaking for myself. And that's all I ever do, really. I'm not trying to speak for anybody else. The next time you're feeling upset, notice your thinking. It will be negative. Remind yourself that it's your thinking that is negative, not your life. This simple awareness will be the first step in putting you back on the path towards happiness. It takes practice, but you can get to that point. You can get to the point where you treat your negative thoughts in much the same way you would treat flies at a picnic. You shoo them away and get on with your day. Right, like, that's another good metaphor there. Like, throughout my day, for the most part, I try to stay in a positive frame of mind, but there's a lot of times, like I've mentioned this over and over the past few years since the channel's been going, but in videos I say quite often that there's times during my day here just by myself that I get extremely frustrated with little minor details that are not relevant to anything really. And, I think that's what I get from this book overall is he keeps coming back to saying, like life's not an emergency. Like, although sometimes I do feel like I still treat it like an emergency sometimes. Like sometimes I'm thinking I'd get down on myself for not doing more than I feel I could. And I know I can do more than I do on any given day. Now, some days I'm giving a lot more of my all than I am on other days. Like today, I feel a lot more productive already. Like I said as I started the video, I've already got some dishes knocked out of the way and stuff like that. With Ladybird having them puppies, she's not like this morning was the first time she needed it. She got up finally like yesterday all day. I asked her several different times, "You want to go out? You want to go out? You got to use that." She never did get up and go out. I've been bringing, putting a little bit of food on a thing, sitting beside her, letting her eat like that, because she's just like really honed in on the puppies. And even when I put her out on the cable, she goes out there, she pees, does her business, and she's ready to come back in here and take care of her little puppies. So that's pretty gnarly, I like that. And like, if you missed how many there were, there's 6 in all, but 2 passed. She did third litter that she's had. Every time there's been the last litter, all of them passed. 2 out of this one, and there was only 6 to begin with. So far fewer puppies this time, but the puppies that are still here seem to be doing fine. I hope I don't run into the same issue as the last time, but I don't think I will. Anyway, kind of rambled on there. Just, if anybody if you've watched the channel for a little while, then I start a lot of, like I'm doing a lot of things straight from like just reading stuff to you guys into a video, or I'm just kind of videotaping sometimes me dancing around and then picking and putting music to it, or, like sometimes fun stuff. Like today, before the day's over, I'd like to, I'm going to try to, I went ahead and opened it, but I got this in the mail yesterday and I got 5 issues. And I'm excited because Grimjack is co-created by Timothy Truman, who is also one of my favorite from the 80s character that he created and did for Eclipse Comics, Scout, which I'm going to talk about also. But I'm about 2 weeks behind on wanting to do a video about Scout, and I realized I kind of want to put more time into it, but I'm going to at least do something showing these comics off today and then just kind of talking about it and what I'm wanting to do as a more precise video, like a more in-depth video other than just me showing you what I got yesterday. So anyway, that'll be a fun thing. Like, I'm always trying to get my motivation back and get like a few things stirring that will not just be about like, serious, like deep spiritual stuff, or which that's where my mind is most of the time. So, but I think I've babbled, and I'm going to shut up. Gray Cloud, be quiet. Until next time, you heard who I am. Cloudy day, head, gray cloud. Sage of the eternal moment, over and out. Ditto.